Top 5 Best RAM for Gaming. Number 5. Crucial Pro 32GB DDR4 RAM. The Crucial Pro 32GB DDR4 RAM feels like the quiet hero of modern computing. No flashy RGBs or gimmicks, just raw, reliable speed that makes a system breathe easier. Running at 3200 MHz and flexibly down to 3000 or 2666, it cuts through multitasking like a warm knife through digital clutter. Apps open faster, games load smoother, and even older systems start to feel oddly new again. What really stands out is how forgiving it is. Drop it into a newer gaming rig and XMP will unlock the full sprint. Pop it into an older office PC or home server and it simply works. No BIOS drama, no tweaking required. That kind of plug-and-play reliability is rare these days. Built on 42 years of Micron's memory expertise, each module is tested like it's training for a marathon, not a sprint. The result? Stability you can actually feel. For anyone tired of random shutdowns, sluggish multitasking, or memory errors from bargain bin sticks, this kit quietly restores faith in good engineering. Crucial didn't try to reinvent RAM here. They just perfected what matters. Speed that's stable, compatibility that's effortless, and performance that never complains. Coming in number 4. G.SKILL RipjawsV Series DDR4 RAM. The G.SKILL RipjawsV DDR4 doesn't try to charm anyone. It just shows up, does the work, and does it well. A 32GB kit, 2x16GB running at 3200 MHz CL16 with that familiar matte black armor, it feels purpose-built for people who don't want to waste a second thinking about memory once it's installed. Drop it into a Ryzen 5 5500 or a modern Intel board, flip on the XMP profile, and it simply hits its rated speed. No BIOS gymnastics required. The modules cool under pressure, handle gaming marathons and creative workloads with ease, and fit cleanly under big air coolers. It's one of those rare components that disappears into the background by doing everything right. Of course, not every stick in the wild is flawless. A few stories float around about the occasional faulty module or a finicky motherboard that plays hard to get. But when the kit's good, and most are, it's rock solid. For anyone mourning the discontinued Crucial Ballistics, this is the natural successor. Same spirit, same stability, just dressed in G.SKILL's sharper clothes. Fast, dependable, and refreshingly uncomplicated, the RipjawsV remains one of the safest bets. in DDR4 land. Coming in number 3. Crucial Pro 32GB DDR5 RAM. The Crucial Pro 32GB DDR5 kit feels like the grown-up version of high-speed memory, powerful, refined, and quietly confident. Running at 6000 MHz with CL36 timings, it turns demanding systems into smooth operators, trimming load times and keeping modern CPUs fed with data like a perfect espresso shot before a sprint. This RAM is built for the new generation. Intel 13th Gen and Ryzen 9000 chips, where every nanosecond matters. Drop it into an ASUS Z790 or a similar board, flip on XMP or Expo, and it hums at full speed with almost smug stability. The modules are sleek and low-profile enough to tuck neatly under beasts like the Noctua NHD15, which means less wrestling with fans and more time actually using your rig. Even skeptics who swear that RAM is RAM tend to change their tune after running Crucial. It stays cool, installs effortlessly, and if the BIOS gods approve, can even tighten down to CL32 without breaking a sweat. Yes, DDR5 quirks still exist. Populate all 4 slots, and the system may step down to 3600 MB/s. But that's a motherboard limitation, not Crucial's fault. Used as intended, this kit hits the sweet spot of modern performance. Fast, stable, and engineered by people who've been doing memory right for over 4 decades. Coming in number 2. CORSAIR Vengeance RGB DDR5. The CORSAIR Vengeance RGB DDR5 doesn't just boost performance, it turns your PC into a light show that means business. Each stick packs 10 bright, individually controlled RGB zones, wrapped in a panoramic light bar that looks equally sharp in daylight or deep night gaming sessions. Underneath all that glow, though, lives serious engineering. 6000 MHz of DDR5 muscle, tight timings, and onboard voltage regulation that makes overclocking almost elegant. Plug it into a modern Intel board, flip on XMP 3.0, and the modules roar to life with stable, low-latency performance. Frame rates jump, load times shrink, and multitasking feels frictionless. Even without iCUE running, the lighting profiles stay stored on board. A rare nod to users who like beauty stored on board. A rare nod to users who like beauty without bloatware. The only wrinkle: compatibility. AMD systems and XMP can mix like oil and water, and some users learn that lesson mid-boss fight. But when paired with the right setup, this RAM runs steady, cool, and brilliant. Literally. It's the sweet spot where power meets personality. Fast enough for high-end gaming rigs, stylish enough for any showcase build, and backed by CORSAIR's steady hand and performance memory. A reminder that speed can, in fact, look good doing it. Coming in number 1. CORSAIR Vengeance LPX DDR4. The CORSAIR Vengeance LPX DDR4 is proof that simplicity still wins. No flashy lights, no marketing circus, just pure, dependable speed dressed in matte black armor. Designed for tight builds and serious work, its low 34mm profile slides under chunky air coolers like it was born there. Inside, hand-sorted chips and a sturdy aluminum heat spreader keep things cool and stable, even when the system's running flat out. Performance? It's the difference between frustration and flow. Swapping a single 8GB stick for a full 32GB kit transforms an aging rig into a multitasking machine. Games stop stuttering, Chrome tabs stop gasping, and heavy workloads finally behave. One user jumped from constant freezes in Overwatch to flawless gameplay just by upgrading with these modules. Proof that sometimes the best fix is the simplest one. Overclocking headroom is generous, stability rock solid, simplest one. Overclocking headroom is generous, stability rock solid, and installation takes all of 5 minutes, plus maybe one YouTube tutorial for good measure. The LPX doesn't try to impress with gimmicks, it earns respect with results. Reliable, compact, and built to last. This is the RAM you buy when you want your PC to stop complaining and start performing.